Hey, Chur, finally you're here with me, the maoriwargamer, and today we'll be playing a Warhammer 40K battle report. Welcome whanau to this 50 power level battle between the Death Guard and the Eldar, as the fate of Atreus campaign continues. The forces of Chaos, my custom Death Guard chapter, face off against the Eldar of Craftworld Saim Hann in this Eternal War No Mercy mission. So following the battle for Ithaca, Eldar Ulthran foresaw a great calamity from the planet of Atreus and brought his forces here to counter it. The Death Guard have swept across this planet already at the command of Cranon the Relentless, in an effort to weaken the Imperium forces here. So it's just a simple game there. First blood, slay the warlord, line breaker, no quarter given, so we're going to get victory points through the elite small forces of the Eldar against the horde of Death Guard. See who's going to win. Place your bets now, place them early, whanau. Your weekly battle report goodness from a humble maoriwargamer. Currently sitting on 180 subscribers, so much appreciated. Keep those subscribers flying, share them with your friends and family. But we'll kick into turn one. But before we do, we'll take a closer look at the armies that we will be playing with today. We have a patrol detachment of Death Guard led by a malignant plague caster with a corrupted staff and a bolt pistol. Two 5-man plague marine squads. This squad here has a blight launcher. This squad here has 2 plasma guns. One 20-man Poxwalkers squad with improvised weapons. A 5-man Blight Lord Terminator squad with a plague spewer and bale swords and plague axes. A chaos spawn with mutations. And a fetid bloat drone with plague spewers. We have a patrol detachment of Eldar led by Eldar Ulthran with some weapons, and Morgan Ra with the Morgatar. A 10-man Guardian squad with shuriken catapults and a shuriken cannon on that heavy weapons platform. 5-man Wraith Guard squad with Wraith cannons. 5-man Dark Reaper squad with Reaper launchers and the Exarch here at the front with the Tempest launcher. 2 Warwalkers, one with 2 star cannons and one with a Wraith cannon and a shuriken cannon. 5-man Ranger squad with Ranger long rifles. And Amelin Shadow Guard from Blackstone Fortress with the Ranger long rifle and a power blade. Alright, so movement phase for the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. Any veteran Death Guard players will see what tactics I'm unleashing here. Safely hidden inside the building, we're going to have to do the slow march across the board to where the Eldar are hiding. But you know, we'll do it. So everyone's packed in nicely behind this building, behind the Poxwalkers. And we're going into the psychic phase now. So my malignant plague caster for the psychic phase, he is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence onto the Poxwalkers, going off charge value of 6. Oh. Command point reroll. One. Do I reroll both or one?
Just one.
Just one.
One.
Alright, so the Miasma of Pestilence did not go off. Also going to cast Putrescent Vitality. That goes off on a 6 as well. 11. So that increases their strength and toughness by 1, so it should make them harder to wound onto the Poxwalkers. And that is where we'll end the first turn for the Death Guard, crossing over the battlefield to the Eldar for turn 1. Alright, so end of the movement phase for the Eldar turn 1. Here as the fate of Atreus campaign continues. Slow moving forward. Wraith Guard up the front, Eldar down here. Heavy support choices sitting on the Ferrotonic Furnace led by Morgan Ra of the Dark Reapers. So there are their targets, their enemies in plain sight, obscured of course by the building. Extra cover. We'll go into the shooting phase or psychic phase. and see what happens next. Alright, so Eldar Ulthran conveniently cast Guide on the Dark Reapers while I was not looking, so I trust him. Trust is a big part of wargaming, and part of any relationship really. There's some Valentine's guidance for you all. But yeah, now we're going to see the shooting phase and see what chaos will ensue upon the forces of chaos. Alright, so the Dark Reapers with Guide enabled going to take a shot in. The cloud of flies has enveloped the battlefield, the corruption of Nurgle, and so my opponent can't see this guy sitting up here, can only shoot the nearest visible unit, which is the humble Poxwalker. So Dark Reapers shooting into the Poxwalkers, potentially overkill. You tell me. We'll roll in for those hits. So 4 rerolled hits onto those Poxwalkers and 2 to wound. Oh.
3 dead.
3 dead. Wait, what's the AP?
-2.
Okay, 3 dead. 3 dead Poxwalkers from the Dark Reapers. Alright, so 3 dead Poxwalkers as a result of the Dark Reapers. The Shuriken Cannon from the Guardian squad is going to shoot into the Poxwalkers as well, into that cloud of flies. 3 shots. Oh. What's the strength?
6.
Alright, so 3s. Oh, nothing. The cloud of flies is blinding the accuracy of the Eldar. The swarm, thick swarm of flies going zzz, zzz. That is the sound that a cloud of flies would make. Zzz, just like that. Alright, so end of turn 1 for the Eldar. What do they have to show for their first turn? 6 Poxwalkers dead. I didn't even get to make disgustingly resilient saves for 5 of them. But you know, if that's the way my opponent wants to play, again, you'll see how it goes. But the swarm, the hollow swarm shall advance and move forward to conquer their enemies, claim first blood. We should be in shooting range by the next turn, so stay with us, Hollow Guard, Hollow Swarm, turn 2. Alright, so end of movement phase for the Hollow Swarm Death Guard on turn 2. Blightlord Terminators have dropped in from Deep Strike down to counter the Warlord Eldar Ulthran. So combi weapons loaded, Plague Spitter loaded, everything ready to go. Across the board, the Hollow Swarm continue to move forward. Plague, what is this thing called? Fitted Bloat Drone has advanced to get into range of, assault range of those guys. The Poxwalkers swarm moving forward, Plague Marines behind them, everyone else in the rear there as well. So that is the movement phase. We're going to the psychic phase. Alright, so Blight Lords crashed in and unleashing a volley of shots into Eldar Ulthran. White dice there are the combi plasmas, not supercharging, just regular. We're looking for 3s to hit. Ooh. So Eldar Ulthran, there is a reason he is the big chief of the Eldar. He tanked like 10 3-up invulnerable saves, but he's lost 2 wounds, so we'll keep chipping away. Continue the shooting phase across the board. Alright, so the Plague Marines here, assorted Plague Marines going to shoot into the Guardians here. My opponents use the Celestial Shield stratagem to give them a 4-up invulnerable save. So we'll roll these attacks. 3s. And 3s to wound. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4-up invul saves. That wasn't a roll.
That was a roll.
2 dead. That wasn't a roll. You flunked them down. That wasn't a roll. That wasn't a roll. You just went. We can replay that. Alright, Fado, so shooting phase completed for the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. 2 deaths so far, 2 Guardians. after the most disgusting, blatant cheating of a dice roll ever. I will slow motion. I'm gonna put some effects on that. We're gonna replay, slow motion replay every angle I want. I don't ask for engagement from viewers, but in this instance, I want to hear your thoughts on that particular moment. Because yeah, it's atrocious. However, in the spirit of good sportsmanship, which I am the greatest of sportsmen, an elite athlete, we shall move on. But yeah, hotly debated. We need to put this everywhere. I'm going to continue. So the Poxwalkers advanced 5 inches, and I'm going to make some charges in for combat as well. Before we wrap up their turn 2. Alright, so yeah, end of turn 2 for the Death Guard. Nothing really achieved. Changed my mind. But we shall proceed with the game. My opponent still has forces in reserve, so we'll see what he can bring to the field. The battlefield of Atreus in this abandoned Imperial city. Still nothing gained. Linebreaker, First Blood, Slay the Warlord. Still up for grabs. My Blight Lords over here didn't have the devastating effect that I'd hoped. And I may regret bringing them down there. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. We'll go into Eldar turn 2. Reinforcements have arrived for the Eldar in this Eternal War No Mercy mission here on the planet of Atreus. The focus of the next multi-wargamer narrative campaign. So of course, you know, you've been watching all this point, so why do I recap this part? Well, you know, for the drama. So the Wraith Guard have moved around the building, eyeing down the Blight Lord that have appeared, rushing in to save the Warlord. These guys still standing still. They'll probably stand still the rest of the game. Guardians moving behind cover as the Hollow Swarm advance, and down here a Ranger squad led by Emmeline Shadowguide from Blackstone Fortress. You'll see her in when we put up the Blackstone Fortress playthroughs. She's pretty nifty, and so this campaign is set before the events of the Blackstone Fortress, so we'll find out, we'll uncover what has led her in search of the that Blackstone Fortress in more detail. But yeah, all the forces are on the table, nothing held back. So my Death Guard are feeling a bit overwhelmed, but you know, they live for Nurgle. They'll keep going. We'll go into some psychic phase and then some shooting phase as we wrap up turn 2 for the Eldar. Alright, so Eldrad's cast off 3 powers, unleashing a heavy smite and taking out 2 Terminators, 1-on-1 wound. Save thanks to Disgustingly Resilient. He's cast Doom on them as well. So reroll failed wounds and guide on the Dark Reapers. Alright, finally, so the Eldar have hit hard and fast turn 2. Blight Lords came, absolute waste of money, man. I was debating whether I should have dropped them there or gone for like weaker units. I went in, dropped them, took them down only 2 wounds, and they got wiped out. It's definitely not worth that at all. Across here, the 20-man Poxwalkers is down to just 2. This guy's still in full health, so he can still take out some casualties before he goes down. And then the Rangers, they've come in to drop into this crater here. Took off some wounds off my Warlord, the Plague Caster, but now he's well within melee range of optimal fire range of all my units here. My opponent has taken out First Blood. So that one, First Blood, Slay the Warlord, Linebreaker, and then also an extra point for the no quarter given, so kill points for each unit destroyed. So he's got 2 victory points. No, Linebreaker's at the end of the game. So 2 victory points to my 0, but the Death Guard are still in it to win it, so we'll go see how they can recover. Death Guard, Hollow Swarm, turn 3. Alright, so turn 3 movement phase for the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. The Fed Bloat Drone and the 2 Poxwalkers have moved here to wipe out the Guardian squad. That should be an easy kill point there. Elsewhere across the battlefield, the Plague Marines, the Malignant Plague Caster and the Chaos Spawn have all mobbed in against the Rangers squad. So enact the same justice that they cast upon the mighty Blight Lords. We shall do the same to them. So yeah, I'm pretty undermanned now. So just trying to get any extra points I can. Go into the shooting phase. Go into the psychic phase. Cast off some smites first. Stay with me. Smite into the Rangers, the 5-man Rangers. Going off on a 5. Goes off on a 7. So D, is that this?
Normal, D3.
D3. Mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. Do they have 1 wound apiece?
Who are you casting on the Rangers?
On the 5-man guys.
Let me check.
5 apiece, I think. So that's 3 dead. Alright, so my Malignant Plague Caster has wiped out 3 with a superb smite. So we're making gains. Is this, again, perhaps overkill? Alright, and just like that, finally, the snap of your fingers, the Hollow Swarm have tied the game 2 victory points to 2 with the death of the Rangers and Emmeline Shadow Guide. Or, assumed death. She might have survived and crawled out, escaped at the last second, who knows, building on that beautiful narrative. But yeah, 2 victory points, just when all hope seemed lost last turn, and we're not yet done. We're going to make a charge in with the Plague Spitter, because we lost 5 Eldar Guardians in the shooting phase, so they're going to morale out. Alright, finally, so the devastation in this ruined city is high. At the end of turn 3 for the Hollow Swarm, the Death Guard. Eldar Ulthran has brought the Craftworld of Saim Hann to the Segmentum Pacificus onto the planet of Atreus to avoid a cataclysm that could be almost as bad as the birth of Slanesh. And so warfare has been brought in. They've engaged the Death Guard's Space Marines in battle. Death Guard Chaos Space Marines, who managed to wipe out the Guardian squad and secure a 3rd victory point. So, end of turn 3 for them, it's 3 victory points to 2. So that's amazing. Although we've got 2 lined up straight in front of them. Might be pretty rough. But I thought I was getting creamed last turn, so good to turn things around, even if it is only very briefly. But finally, we will go into turn 3 for the Eldar, see what they can do. They don't have many targets left, so see how they will handle that. Turn 3, Eldar, maoriwargamer battle report. End of movement for the Eldar, turn 3. The Warwalkers have moved through this alleyway into sight of the Hollow Swarm Plague Marines over there. The Wraith Guard moving forward. Eldar moving forward. Optimal smite range, I'm assuming. And 48-inch range on the Reaper launchers. They've got their pick of targets. So it could potentially be the last turn. Currently 3 victory points to Death Guard, to 2 to Eldar, but that will quickly change. We're going into psychic phase and then shooting phase. Alright, fellas, so some concentrated firepower from everyone here into my bloat drone. I spent a command point on putrid detonation to just cause a bit of mortal wound havoc amongst my enemies. So continuing the shooting phase there. The Plague Marines in the corner. Alright, finally, so end of Eldar turn 3. Another Plague Marine squad eliminated. Warwalkers advanced backwards into my deployment zone in hopes of securing that line breaker bonus. My opponent picked up an additional 3 victory points in that turn, bringing it now 5 to Eldar, 3 to the Death Guard. As we go into turn 4, yeah, can the Death Guard really do anything to change the tide of battle? Warlord's safely wrapped up over here, Eldrad. It's going to be a pain to kill the Wraith Guard. So yeah, we don't have too many options, but we'll do the best that we can as we move into Death Guard turn 4. Been like the last 2 games I've played, never made it past turn 2, so we're in a new record for 2019. Alright, end of movement phase for the Hollow Swarm Death Guard, turn 4. In this epic battle, almost like a game of chess. Pieces being moved, strategies being planned. 10 steps ahead, 10 turns ahead. I'm ahead of the curve. Moving my Plague Marines here. The Dark Reapers all the way across there, 48-inch range. We've both agreed that they are visible, but I'm in cover. So playcaster there. We've got Bug Boy making the runs for our line breaker if he can live. 5 victory points to Eldar, 3 to me. So team moving across here. I'm going to go into the psychic phase and then shooting. Alright, finally, so I should have filmed it, but you have to see it to believe it. But in the final desperate hours, we've taken out we've taken out the Warwalker that was in my deployment zone, trying to hedge his bets, stay in line for our line breaker, and gain ourselves another victory point in the earnings. So we're 4 to 5 now. Rolled the D6 smite with an 11, and then rolled 6 to wounds. Perfect. So I was hoping to get rid of him, but I have. So now we've got that guy there to shoot into. We're going to boost up toughness as well. So we're in the game still. All right, crazy. The momentum has changed. Miasma of Pestilence has gone off. Cloud of Flies has been casted as well. My opponent has to shoot into these Plague Marines, but the Cloud of Flies and the Miasma of Pestilence, making things extra spicy meatball. We're on 4 victory points. We got 1 out of nowhere, wasn't expecting it. We'll keep building on that there as we go in the shooting phase. Alright, so we've got single shots going through into the Warwalker over there. Potentially last shooting phase. Everyone's in. White dice is the plasma. Hitting on 3s. Oh, that's everything but 1. Toughness 6. So white dice on 3, that's the plasma, and green dice on 5. 1 wound, no AP. 4 up. 1 wound. What was that?
No.
Or 1 wound, down to 5. And that actually is going to end the shooting phase. And I'm just going to advance the Bugman 3 inches. And in the turn for the Death Guard, turn 4, we'll go into the Eldar turn 4. 5 victory points to them, 4 to myself. See how things go. End of movement phase on the in this ruined Imperial city. The Warwalker here. He got the hint from his last mate getting blown apart by a lucky smite, so he's backed right out. Dark Reaper's still up here. This crowd moving forward. I know the very limited range of the Wraith Guard should give me some quality chances. Cloud of Fly still in effect, and so we will go into shooting phase. Turn 4 for the Eldar. Alright, so that is the end of 4th turn for the Eldar. took down 1 Plague Marine. Thanks to that -1 to hit. So we're going into final turn, end of game. Ruined Imperial City. Not a lot on the board now. Limited range of those elite units there of the Wraith Guard. Perfect. Currently 4 victory points, 5 to Eldar, 4 to me. So I think I can't pull out any wins that were too far away now, unless I charge in. So we're going to play this final turn out. So stick with us, Whanau, to the very end. Much appreciated. Maoriwargamer. Alright, Whanau, so that is the end of the turn, 5th turn for the Death Guard Hollow Swarm. The survivors, the Sons of Nurgle, and made it to the very end of the game. The first time in a long time we've played a game right to the very end. They've backed way out, and we've got the Fly Brother in the corner, hidden behind some cover. Last command point, use a stratagem, the Cloud of Flies, once again, keep these guys pumping. We managed to get the toughness power off onto them. I think it's putrescent vitality, but the miasma of pestilence could not go off. So Fly Brother's safe till the end of the game. So that will give me 5 victory points to my opponents, but he's got 1 in line breaker as well, so that'll put him up to 6. Do we end it there? No, we'll go on one more turn. One more turn. The Eldar. Let's see if they can pick up any more victory points. They've already won, but let's see if they can finish even stronger. Alright, so yeah, my opponent just wants to get 1 more kill point off. So he's moved these guys, sacrificing their -1 to hit for heavy weapons. Luckily my -1 to hit didn't also affect them, but they've also got Guide cast by Eldrad, so they can re-roll failed hits. Oh, okay, interesting. They've got a, what's that ability called?
Inescapable accuracy.
Inescapable accuracy. Oh, that might have been helpful earlier. Hey, better find it out now. So they're going to shoot in, I guess, and see if they can get 1 more finish on 7 victory points as opposed to 6. Alright, so it did not work out to plan for the Dark Eldar, for the Dark Creepers. Their last vengeance shots against the Plague Marines there. Yeah, the dice weren't with them anymore. And so, Whanau, that will end the Eldar turn 5, and that will we'll call it into the game there. A victory for the Eldar. A Xenos victory. Great celebrations all around as they triumph over the forces of the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. And what a game that was there, Whanau. It's been a long time since we played a game to full completion. I wasn't really feeling it too much. You know, turn 2, I thought I was down and out. But then, yeah, disgustingly resilient. So got some nifty little abilities. So, I don't know, maybe I should put a bit more focus. I am planning to put a bit more focus into the Death Guard this year, as funds allow. But yeah, what a good game. Blight Lords, I wasted them, but then he wasted Rangers. Some bloody shenanigans happening as well, which we'll love to watch back in slow motion replays. But good game. 6 victory points to the Eldar, to 5 to the Death Guard, who pulled those victory points out of nowhere. They looked like they got tabled turn 2, and they still were alive and kicking. So what a way to end the game there, Whanau. I hope you enjoyed it. Been a while since we played a long one. Next week, finish off Eldar Death Guard, and then planning to bring out the new Gene Stealer stuff in the campaign after that. Again, funds willing. So Whanau, hope you enjoy it. Make sure if you did enjoy this video, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, help grow the loyal fan base of the Maoriwargamer, New Zealand's #1 wargamer, New Zealand's #1 tabletop wargamer, let's player, although probably not too much let's plays these days. Keep supporting local content, keep supporting hobbyists are making their dreams come true, because that's, you know, we all want our dreams to come true. So my dream is to provide entertainment to the masses. Anyway, whanau, I hope you enjoyed this one. I am your host, the maoriwargamer. Tune in next week for another exciting Warhammer battle report. Thank you for watching once again. Ka kite. Anō.